On the wall. All signs point to a major shift in investing as we know it. If you haven't started buying precious metals, you need to. Call now to order the Wayne Alaroot Precious Metals Investors Package, which includes 6 different silver coins from major mints around the world for only $99. Call 800-885-GOLD. That's 800-885-GOLD. That's 800-885-4653.
I've been telling you for a year how great MyPillow is. Well, guess what? There's a great deal on MyPillow.com. You can get 4 pillows for about the price of 1 MyPillow. Click on the 4-pack special when you go to MyPillow.com. Enter promo code USA. You'll get 2 MyPillow premium pillows and 2 Go Anywhere pillows, perfect for travel, for half off. Go to MyPillow.com, click on the 4-pack special, enter promo code USA, but do it now.
The latest unemployment figures look good. More from USA's Rick Vincent.
Employers added just 134,000 jobs last month, the fewest in a year, but the unemployment rate dropped to 3.7%, the lowest since December of 1969. White House Economic Advisor Larry Kudlow.
Wage rates are rising. I think we're going to be surprised at how many people return to the labor force.
Kudlow also says the economy is not going through a one-time sugar high.
I may be wrong. If I am, I'll eat crow. I just think it's going to go on for quite some time.
For USA Radio News, I'm Rick Vincent.
It's like a creepy horror movie. A mosquito plague in South Carolina. Billions of large aggressive mosquitoes are another legacy of Hurricane Florence's flooding in the Carolinas. Many wonder why more cities haven't started spraying to reduce the mosquito plague.
This is the worst of mosquitoes I ever seen.
There should have been something in place where we've already had this taken care of.
You're listening to USA Radio News.
Hi, I'm Wayne Alaroot, the conservative warrior. My show War Now airs every day right here on USA Radio from 6 to 9 p.m. Eastern. I'm also the star of the Wayne Alaroot Show on Newsmax TV, reaching over 50 million homes. But my favorite role is Speaker Extraordinaire. I was opening speaker at many Donald Trump for President events. I speak at Republican, conservative, and college GOP events, and I'm available to be the star at your next event. Contact me to arrange for a Wayne Root keynote speech. Call toll-free 888-444-ROOT. That's 888-444-ROOT. Or email wayneroot@gmail.com.
Former President Barack Obama has yet to endorse insurgent Democratic Senate candidate Beto O'Rourke, and O'Rourke is fine with that. In fact, his team hasn't even asked for one, according to a report. With more, here's USA's Chris Barnes.
Democratic Texas Congressman Beto O'Rourke is challenging Republican Senator Ted Cruz, and former President Obama has endorsed 11 candidates in Texas. O'Rourke is not one of them. Reports are O'Rourke was not fazed, though, by the snub, saying, quote, "I don't think we're interested anyway." In 2012, Obama and former President Bill Clinton both endorsed his opponent for Congress, but O'Rourke won anyway. For USA Radio News, I'm Chris Barnes.
More than 6.5 million pounds of beef products have been recalled due to an outbreak of salmonella. John Clemens has more.
The beef has establishment number EST 267 inside the USDA mark of inspection. Health officials have confirmed 57 cases of the strain nationwide in 16 states. 14 people have been hospitalized, with most of their infections beginning to develop 12 to 72 hours after the product was consumed. CDC advises consumers and retailers not to eat, serve, or sell ground beef that was produced by JBS Tolleson Incorporated. I'm John Clemens.
For USA Radio News, I'm Wendy King.
It may have been a messy divorce that suddenly cut your income in half, but not your bills. It might have been an injury or illness, or your boss just cutting back your hours. It doesn't really matter how you got in over your head. It only matters that you are, and that we're here to help. If you've got over $10,000 in credit card debt and you can't ever see breaking free, then call Action Debt and do it now. Being in over your head is a vicious cycle. One day late, they charge you a late fee. Miss a payment, they double your rate. You just don't think it's fair, and neither do we. This is not bankruptcy or just a simple rate reduction plan. We fight for you using our proven experience in the insider programs that credit card companies try to hide. If you owe at least $10,000 to the credit card companies, you owe it to yourself to call Action Debt at 800-384-7099. Just because you got in over your head doesn't mean you have to stay there forever. Call 800-384-7099 today, and we can be on your side tomorrow. 800-384-7099. 800-384-7099.
Welcome to the Garden America Show, the country's most listened to gardening program. This is your chance to join us as we talk about gardening, horticulture, landscaping, in fact, anything that has to do with the world of gardening. The phone lines are open right now at 1-855-424-9825. That's 1-855-424-9825 for your questions and comments. Or John at gardenamerica.com. And if you're watching us on Facebook Live, you can also post your questions and comments right there on our page during the broadcast. Now, here's Bryan, Maine, John Bagnasco, and Tiger Palafox on the Garden America Radio and Media Network.
She's exactly right. Everything she said. We are back. We are ready to go. It is Garden America. Happy Saturday morning. Happy weekend. We trust you had a good week. Hope everything is good in your neck of the woods. We are back for 2 hours today. Tiger Palafox, John Bagnasco. I'm Bryan, Maine. John coming in a great mood this morning, tan, rested, and ready. Had some relaxation this week, put out a great newsletter. We have a blue amaryllis in studio with us. John, how necessarily rare? Took you 12 years for this to bloom from seed.
Well, you know, I'm not positive, but I think this is the first time in history that a radio show has had a blue amaryllis in studio.
Wow. Those of you watching, take in this moment.
Yeah.
Take in this moment.
Do you want the whole story?
I want the whole story.
What happened?
Let's do it. Talk about it.
Okay, somewhere about 15 to 20 years ago, Sharon and Bruce Sasakawa and myself were trying to find a blue amaryllis.
Because it's rare or just?
Extremely rare.
Okay.
And Bruce and Sharon even went to Holland and brought me back a bulb. And they said, it was only $3. I go, this is not a blue amaryllis. And they took a picture of a sign, and it actually did have a blue picture on it, but it was just a red amaryllis when it bloomed.
Oh, red amaryllis.
Yay.
So anyway, we happened to find out a guy online was selling bulbs of blue amaryllis, which is not a true amaryllis. It comes from Brazil, and it's a Worslea, Worslea procera. And so we looked at the price, and the price was $150 per bulb. And so Sharon and I thought, well, that's a lot of money.
Per bulb?
Yeah.
Okay.
And they said, so we said, I have an idea. Why don't we each put in $75 and get one? You can keep it at your house. And when it blooms, I'll just come look at it.
Oh.
And then if it ever divides, or seeds. So anyway, so Sharon calls the guy and says, we'd like to buy one. He said, I'm sold out. And she goes, well, will you have more? He goes, no.
Wow.
And he said, but I have seeds. And the seeds are $10 a piece.
Even better.
So Sharon didn't tell me about this, but she bought me 3 seeds for Christmas. And that was 12 years ago.
Wow.
So planted the seeds, and the one bulb that we have in studio here is the first time it's ever bloomed from seed. It took 12 years.
12 years for what you're looking at if you're on Facebook.
It normally takes between 10 and 15 years. And I think the reason it took longer than 10 years was we had a real cold winter, and all the roots rotted off, and I thought it was going to die, but I put HB 101 on it and saved it. And it came back.
Now, how long will those blooms last, and how long till it blooms again now?
Seeing as how I'm in my senior years and have never seen one, I have no idea. I've only seen pictures of the flowers.
Wouldn't that look nice, walking up to your house, sidewalk, on either side, 2 big blue amaryllis?
Yeah. Those have been open for a week now. So we know they last at least a week.
At least a week when they bloom.
And there's a couple more coming on.
There's 2 buds there. They're still going to open, so it'll be 6 in total. So I brought it in the studio for...
Yeah.
And, I know that a lot of our listeners are in the car right now and can't look at Facebook, but the nice thing is you can go to Garden America Radio Show on Facebook anytime.
Yep.
You can look up this show, and you can see the picture of the blue
if you go to our
amaryllis.
Facebook page and just scroll down, you'll see all the previous shows. So again, if, like John said, if you're driving or not in the position to be watching the show on Facebook right now, you can always go back later on and see it. And it's also in the newsletter as well.
It is, and then I'm giving a talk at Maricosta College after the show, and I thought I'd bring that with me.
Oh,
since
nice.
A lot of people I'm also sure have never seen one.
And hopefully they appreciate it.
Yeah.
I'm surprised you're traveling around with it.
You know, my son told me the same thing.
Yeah, like it's the Stanley Cup.
Yeah, yeah, I know. I mean, if you have it, you might as well share it, but I'd be worried.
Well, today I was picturing walking into the studio or something, trying
Tripping.
to hold the door open and breaking off the bloom spike.
Oh, it is beautiful though. That is really, really nice.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Probably the best gift you ever given me. When I think about
Waiting 12 years.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Had to wait a long time.
Tiger
All right.
brought me a gift today from Deborah Lee Baldwin.
Yeah, let's talk about that, man. Let's show it, too. We've got some. Can we show that? Are we premature in showing that tiger on camera? Can we
Well,
show
we can
that?
show the gift.
It's
I think
not
we're
available yet,
premature.
right?
We're premature in talking about what it is.
Yeah, I guess that it's a picture frame, a living picture frame, and they'll be available soon, right? That was for you, Tiger.
They should be, Tiger, available. So Tiger's busy trying to get us.
You keep moving it.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't.
He's trying to get a shot of it.
Oh, I didn't know what you were doing.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, it's a living picture
I'm just going to
frame.
leave it right there.
Okay.
It is a living picture frame, and they will be available soon. It's kind of a neat little succulent picture frame that you can use to...
You can plant up your own, right?
Plant up your own, and it's an easy and very, I think, nice way to do it. I mean, you see a lot of these things out there from Pinterest and things on do-it-yourself, but this makes it super easy to do, and it looks very nice.
I'm looking at Facebook, and we see your hand and nothing up on top.
Yeah, that's so funny. Oh, there it goes. Yeah, so that's an exciting product that's going to be coming out pretty soon, probably before the holidays. So it'll be something that people
really?
can get.
Yeah,
for
they make
Christmas
a great.
present.
That would make a great gift.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, I'm done.
You're done? Should we wrap up the show? That's it?
No, I mean it.
With the stories and the
with
blue
all my
amaryllis
stories,
and everything.
yeah.
Okay, John, we've got obviously busy show. Can we get to the quote of the week right now? Then we can kind of
Sure.
set up our guest and move on from there.
Yeah, I wrote an article for the newsletter called "The Grand Dame of Garden Design," article about Gertrude Jekyll. And when Tiger and I were in England, we saw and heard a lot about Gertrude Jekyll, and she was really the one who kind of immortalized the English borders. So I wrote an article about her, and I found this quote from her. And the quote is, "The lessons I've thoroughly learned and wish to pass on to others is to know the enduring happiness that the love of garden gives."
Well, now, does Tiger know about the connection between Jekyll and Jekyll, John?
What do you mean?
See, he doesn't know. But there's a connection with Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Isn't there somehow kind of a weird way that this all comes together?
Well, Gertrude Jekyll's brother was friends with Robert. Was it Robert Louis Stevenson that wrote Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde?
Sounds good. Anybody on
I don't
Facebook
know,
can
my
verify
mind-
that.
My mind just went blank. There's two authors I always.
Okay, so she was friends with the person who wrote Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, right?
Well, her brother was
Okay.
personal friends with them, and he was writing the story, and he said, "Is it all right if I use your name as a character in the book?" Dr. Jekyll name came from.
Oh, okay.
So there's the connection.
Yeah.
Nice. So it's not based on her, though.
No, just
the
the name. Wanted to borrow the name.
Yeah.
I believe it, though.
Tiger.
Gardeners can have multi-personalities.
Absolutely. Tiger, got a couple of minutes before the break here. Let's talk about our guest. We'll take the break, bring our guest on, but let's set the stage for who we're going to be talking to.
Yeah, so it's a fun topic this morning. We're going to be talking about some gardening techniques, and those of you that are not familiar with guerrilla gardening, it's basically kind of trying to improve the environment that you live, but maybe not doing it in the true sense of a gardening way, where this is your own plot of land or your own yard. If you find a public space that needs beautification, or maybe some just small area that's out on a sidewalk, and you go out there and you choose to plant some flowers, some wildflower seeds, things like that, that would be considered guerrilla gardening. Johnny Appleseed, one of the first guerrilla gardeners.
Guerrilla gardeners, right?
Right?
Well, because
You know,
he spread his, how should I say this?
Yeah.
He walked all over the country, supposedly, to spread apple seeds, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
Yeah.
And so, he'd be one of the first noted guerrilla gardeners.
gardeners,
And,
okay.
I talked about myself planting a bunch of California poppy seeds in the canyon behind my house last season.
What color?
Just the standard orange California
Okay, gotcha.
poppy,
Okay,
yeah.
sure.
And, so that would be considered guerrilla gardening. And you're trying to beautify the area around you or something that maybe, isn't your property. Some people would deem it illegal or maybe not okay. But there are some rules that you should follow and maybe some tips and tricks that we have this morning. And we'll be talking to Vanessa Harden, who actually is one of the experts in this issue.
And Vanessa is locked and ready to go. So after these words of interest, we're going to come back and speak with Vanessa about guerrilla gardening, as Tiger mentioned. John Bagnasco, Tiger Palafox, Bryan, Maine. Happy Saturday. Okay, 855-424-9825. Questions, comments. Also, John at GardenAmerica.com. And, of course, the best way right there on Facebook Live. As we step aside, taking a break, coming right back with our guest, Vanessa. Stay with us.
Everything is coming up roses in San Diego from October 25th to 29th. Lance Walheim here, and I'm honored to be the keynote speaker at the National Convention of the American Rose Society. BioAdvance and Heirloom Roses will be co-sponsoring the 18th annual Save the Roses auction, along with the rose shows, speakers, and festivities of the American Rose Society. So join me at the San Diego Crown Plaza Hotel and Convention Center, and go to GardenAmerica.com and check the homepage for links to registration and event schedule.
This is Joe Lample from Growing a Greener World. With the environment in mind, I recommend Milorganite Organic Nitrogen Fertilizer for all your growing needs. From plants to people, active growth requires energy, nutrients, and a balanced diet. Nutrient-rich Milorganite feeds the soil and plants for up to 3 months. The organic nitrogen is slow release and won't burn plants even during hot, dry weather. Trust the fertilizer, proven effective for 90 years. Milorganite, for better results naturally. Visit Milorganite.com for a garden center near you.
Attention investors. Respected names in the financial services industry are not evaluating if there will be a significant market downturn, but when. Higher interest rates and prospects of a trade war suggest the stock market is headed into a perilous direction. Subprime mortgages, which are back, could potentially devastate the real estate market, as they did before. And with stocks simply overdue for a fall after this second longest bull run in history, even bullish analysts are recognizing these indicators that equities are in big trouble and have projected stock market losses up to 40%. You can protect your IRA or 401k for maximum safety and opportunity with physical gold and silver, as they are assets that remain genuine stores of value no matter what's happening in the marketplace. Call Augusta Precious Metals today at 855-858-5806. That's 855-858-5806 to get your free guide to precious metals investing. Call Augusta Precious Metals today at 855-858-5806. That's 855-858-5806.
Attention business owners and independent contractors. This is a money-saving message from Tax Mediation Services. If your business owes $20,000 or more in taxes, we can help you today, right now. Listen, dealing with the IRS is no picnic. It's an intimidating and extremely stressful process, and you don't want to go it alone. Our attorneys know every law, every tax break, and every possible opportunity to help you resolve and reduce your tax debt. And if you owe more than $20,000, you may be at the top of their hit list. So don't take your tax debt lightly, because it will not go away on its own. The IRS can seize your bank accounts, your home, and even shut down your business. Call our tax experts today at 1-800-285-4765 and let us deal with the IRS while you focus on your business. That's 1-800-285-4765. Again, 800-285-4765.
This is an urgent health notice for all residents suffering from back, neck, knee, and wrist pain. You may qualify for a pain-relieving brace at little or no cost to you, but the deadline is fast approaching. Simply call the Health Alert Hotline now.
You heard right. You may qualify for a pain-relieving back, neck, knee, or wrist brace. These items may even be covered by Medicare or your private insurance. The Health Alert Hotline is your brace company. These specialized braces have been tested for pain relief. Call us toll-free right now to determine your eligibility and to learn how to use your private insurance or Medicare to minimize your out-of-pocket cost. Don't wait. If the deadline passes, you may lose your opportunity to get a pain-relieving back, neck, knee, or wrist brace at little or no cost to you.
800-306-1760. 800-306-1760. 800-306-1760. That's 800-306-1760.
This is Biz Talk Radio, America's home for business talk. Online at biztalkradio.com.
Welcome back to the Garden America Radio Show with Bryan, John, and Tiger. The phone lines are open right now at 855-424-9825. That's 855-424-9825. Or John at gardenamerica.com.
It is, 21 minutes after the hour. Back here with Garden America, Bryan, Maine, John Bagnasco, Tiger Palafox. Again, that number, toll-free, questions, comments for us or our guest at 1-855-424-9825. John at gardenamerica.com, Facebook Live. Let's do some guerrilla gardening, Tiger, with Vanessa.
Yeah, so this morning we have Vanessa Harden with the Subversive Gardener joining us this morning to talk a little bit about guerrilla gardening and some tips and tricks and what people need to think about. I ran into Vanessa's information up there at the Heirloom Vegetable Expo that we were just
Good
at.
connection.
Yeah, and so therefore we were able to get some info, and we're glad to have her on the show. Good morning, Vanessa. Welcome.
Good morning. Thank you for having me this morning. How are you doing?
Oh, everything's
all great.
Great. Yeah, it's beautiful down here in San Diego right now. Well, I mean, I like it. It's partly cloudy.
It's partly cloudy, yeah.
It's kind of rare for us. So
temperature in the 70s.
Yeah, we love it.
Perfect for us.
Yeah, exactly. But we're really excited because for us, the whole guerrilla gardening idea, this is the time of year that we plan for, the time of year that we implement it, because we're getting into the fall. Where it's the time of year for people to go out, plant seeds, and do this stuff.
Right.
Now, where you're at, Vanessa, do people think the same way, or is this something they wait till the spring for?
And where is she? Which state, Vanessa?
Right now, I'm in New York. I'm in New York. I'm in New York City at the moment. But I've been here for about 7 months. So my experience gardening in the States, and I was in London for 10 years before. So my experience gardening in London is also quite, I should say, a bit more extensive. So I can tell you what East Coast people, as well as I should say West Coast of Europe do. And I can say that right now, if you're going to be guerrilla gardening, a lot of people are actually gardening. They're either planting bulbs shortly for the spring, or they're planting different types of cabbage, really, because that's one of the, I guess, the hardiest types of plants that you can, that will weather at least, perhaps a frost or two before they get completely covered with snow.
Oh, okay. And Vanessa, tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got into this idea. And let me clarify for our listeners too. Subversive Gardener. So tell us about the name and where you came up with that as well, please.
Well, a little while ago, I was studying abroad, and I was during the day I'd be at university, and in the evenings I would either have to obviously do my homework, or I decided that I really wanted to get out and do something different. So I got together with a crew of guerrilla gardeners in London. This is about 10 years ago or so, and we go out in the evenings and we would garden different plots and roundabouts and medians in the city. And the more I gardened, the more I realized that I would have to, say, go to school in the morning with either a shovel or a bag of soil, commute. I would get a lot of weird looks, and people were like, what is this lady on? So I started designing tools for guerrilla gardeners, and that became the Subversive Gardener series. And from there, it's really being about gardening, but guerrilla gardening, but about developing techniques and designs for guerrilla gardeners.
Yeah, and if people go to subversivegardener.net, they can see some of those tools and some of those items that she's describing. I'll put the link right there on our Facebook Live feed. One of the things that I thought that you guys had was really neat was just these pills, right? Tell us a little bit about these seed pills.
Well, traditionally you have actually a seed bomb or a seed ball, and that's a very common guerrilla gardening piece of quote-unquote artillery is what we call it. So a seed ball or a seed bomb is a bit of clay, some soil, and then some seeds, and you just make it into a ball. And then when you're going by an area that's needs beautification, that's been neglected, or an area that's hard to get to, you just throw this ball, and then of course it disintegrates and something flourishes. Now again, if you're walking around the city with say inch in diameter 3 or 4 balls in your pocket, it's a bit it's messy. It doesn't really work well with your day-to-day commute, and so these seed pills are essentially vegetarian capsules that are filled with soil and with seeds that are discreet, that you can keep with say your Tylenol or a pencil case or whatnot. And then when you see the opportunity to beautify an area, you can just drop these seed pills there, and then it protects it, of course, until it rains.
And what are some tips that you might give someone as far as the variety of seeds? I know that there's a lot of plants out there that you can get from seed that probably do really well in certain areas, but one of the things that when you're guerrilla gardening you need to consider is making sure you're not having like invasive species, right?
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, it very much depends on where you are in the world and where you're gardening, and of course the climate that you're dealing with. I find that gardening with wildflowers is always a safe bet, because of course it's a beautiful area. It will often spread and create fill in brown spaces is what we call these neglected spaces. So if you're able to use wildflower, it's always a really good one. Also, if you're able to use something that's hardy, because of course these spaces that you're gardening are not necessarily, the soil is not necessarily very healthy. So something that's quite hardy, something perhaps even like marigolds is always a good one. Poppies, I heard you were mentioning poppies just a little bit earlier, I think. Well, that's definitely a good one as well. Yeah, for sure.
Okay. Mm-hmm. And now, you got into this by creating some tools and some tips for people, but you've also kind of got this community that you've developed over the years as well with other people. This isn't just you, right? And there's other people out there that are doing this. And what's your feeling like when you kind of communicate with these people, because they're not just where you are. You talk to people across the world, like you mentioned, London, New York. You came out here to California recently. Do they kind of have different thoughts? Are they all kind of common in their own beliefs?
It's all quite different. In fact, last year I spent about, say, a month and a half in Mumbai in India. And that was really, and for me, when I was there, guerrilla gardening there is very different, say, than guerrilla gardening here. So it's always quite different. For the spaces that I was working in there, Mumbai is an incredibly, incredibly dense city, and there's hardly any spaces, so you have to be quite clever to find these guerrilla gardening spaces. That, and also there's a lack of food. So to be gardening using flowers is perhaps not the best, plant to be using. You might be wanting to use something that's edible. So it always really depends on where you're gardening, the climate that you're gardening in, as well as the resources. And of course, we can't forget about climate change too.
Yeah. Vanessa, we're going to take one commercial break right now, and when we get back, we'll finish up talking. I love the idea that you're talking about food.
Yeah, guerrilla gardening, questions, comments, 855-424-9825, john@gardenamerica.com. Facebook Live, questions, comments, some of the best places to get your questions and your comments reacted to. Coming back.
Do you have an idea for an invention or new product? Do you think companies would be interested in your idea? Do you want to try to get a patent? Then call InventHelp now. InventHelp keeps your idea confidential and explains every step of the invention process. Join the thousands of people just like you who chose InventHelp to pursue their idea. We are experienced. We are working for you. We are InventHelp. Get started with your idea. Call for free information information.
Call 1-800-607-8945. That's 1-800-607-8945.
It may have been a messy divorce that suddenly cut your income in half, but not your bills. It might have been an injury or illness, or your boss just cutting back your hours. It doesn't really matter how you got in over your head. It only matters that you are and that we're here to help. If you've got over $10,000 in credit card debt and you can't ever see breaking free, then call Action Debt and do it now. Being in over your head is a vicious cycle. One day late, they charge you a late fee. Miss a payment, they double your rate. You just don't think it's fair, and neither do we. This is not bankruptcy or just a simple rate reduction plan. We fight for you using our proven experience in the insider programs that credit card companies try to hide. If you owe at least $10,000 to the credit card companies, you owe it to yourself to call Action Debt at 800-384-7099. Just because you got in over your head doesn't mean you have to stay there forever. Call 800-384-7099 today and we can be on your side tomorrow. 800-384-7099. 800-384-7099.
Have you heard about Biz TV? Biz TV is the home for America's entrepreneurs, small businesses, and those who want to succeed in life. It's the only national television network committed to airing original, high-quality, educational, and inspirational programming about real business people. Biz TV can provide the right kind of ideas, motivation, and education to help fuel the next generation of business owners. Visit biztv.com and call your satellite or cable service provider to request Biz TV.
Tired of paying outrageous prices for Viagra? Well, we have great news for you. Now you can finally get Viagra at huge discounts. Healthy Man allows you to save up to $500 on Viagra. Why pay U.S. pharmacy prices of $15 per pill or more when you can get Viagra for less than $3 a pill? Call today and get 40 Viagra pills for only $99. This can cost as much as $600 at your local pharmacy. You can't afford not to call us. If you want Viagra at the lowest prices, never pay $15 a pill pharmacy prices again. Get Viagra for less than $3 a pill. Call 1-800-521-9579 today and save up to $500 and get 40 pills for just $99. Healthy Man is fast, easy, and affordable. Operators are waiting at 1-800-521-9579 to take your call right now. Call 1-800-521-9579. That's 1-800-521-9579. Again, 1-800-521-9579.
Greece is cheap.
But the airfare costs a fortune.
Paris?
Not much closer, and again, airfare...
What about Puerto Vallarta?
Let's face it, flying anywhere is just too expensive.
Wait, what's this? Low-cost airlines.
With one call to low-cost airlines, you'll drastically slash your travel costs. We're talking insanely low airline prices to any of your favorite destinations. Where would you like to go? London, Rome, Costa Rica, Australia?
Wow, that's cheap.
So why wait? Call now to learn how crazy cheap it is to fly anywhere in the U.S. or international. Our prices are so low, we can't publish them. The only way to get them is to call to instantly hear the most amazing best deals on airline travel. It's that easy. So call now and start packing.
800-217-5107. 800-217-5107. 800-217-5107. That's 800-217-5107.
Time changes everything. For me, becoming a single father of 2 young kids, it changed my ability to use my timeshare. The frustration of not being able to use it was compounded by annual maintenance fees that nearly tripled over a 3-year period. I was desperate to get out. After searching online for sell my timeshare or get out of my timeshare, it just looked like one scam after another. I needed a real, permanent, and legitimate way to get out of this for good. I'm Brandon Reed, the founder of Timeshare Exit Team. We will get you out of the timeshare you can't use or can't afford anymore. We get people out safely, legally, and permanently. We are more successful because we have more solutions. Schedule a free consultation to review your ownership situation and find the best strategy for you. If we can't get you out, we will give you a full refund. Call Timeshare Exit Team today.
Call 800-929-8112. That's 800-929-8112. That's 800-929-8112.
Call Timeshare Exit Team today.
This is Biz Talk Radio, America's home for business talk. Online at biztalkradio.com.
Welcome back to the Garden America Radio Show with Bryan, John, and Tiger. The phone lines are open right now at 855-424-9825. That's 855-424-9825. Or John at gardenamerica.com.
That's right. Several ways to reach us, either John at gardenamerica.com, 855-424-9825. Facebook Live, as we mentioned, the best place to post your questions, comments, as we look at that for the entire 2 hours. We are talking guerrilla gardening, though, with Tiger, Vanessa, and the rest of us, and we had to take a break, Tiger.
Yeah, and right before the break, we were talking with Vanessa about edible guerrilla gardening. We were talking about food crops that people can use, that plant that, would produce something that people can cook or eat with this idea of guerrilla gardening. So, Vanessa, we saw your info at the Heirloom Expo up there in Santa Rosa, and I assume that you associated with food at that event. What are some things that you're seeing guerrilla gardeners do when it comes to food crops?
Well, I think one of the most prominent guerrilla gardeners who works with food, especially in America and internationally, is probably Ron Finley. And I don't know if you're familiar with Ron, but he is based in LA. And what you often see is you'll see guerrilla gardeners such as him using food to really bring communities together, guerrilla gardening food to bring communities together and educate people about healthy nutrition. And so food has actually become something that's quite, obviously it's always been incredibly important, but it's in terms of guerrilla gardening, it's one thing to make something look beautiful, but if you can make something, useful, or if you're able to feed people around you or yourself, then that's almost more important. And of course, vegetable patches can be equally as beautiful as flower patches. So definitely quite a few trends right now regarding guerrilla gardening with food. And again, it often has to do with the community and the need. Even looking at Detroit right now, there's significant amount of edible guerrilla gardening going on there as well because of the lack of fresh produce coming into the city. So people are, of course, going ahead and finding spaces to create their own small gardens so that they're able to eat and benefit from these nutritious vegetables, plants, and fruits.
Yeah, and you had mentioned Detroit, but I mean, where you're at, even in New York, is a big area for this.
Oh,
because, I mean, I've seen
rooftop
these
gardens.
they have the rooftop gardens.
Yeah.
They have the community gardens there that are just located on vacant lots. Any kind of parcel of property that's
find
kind
an
of
area.
just turf. They're doing that because, as you mentioned, these are very dense cities, and to get fresh fruits and vegetables is sometimes a challenge for them, or it's just the norm in the standard, meaning beefsteak tomato, cherry tomato, nothing real unique.
Yeah, and she's right how expensive it is too, right, Vanessa?
Yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely. I mean, it's a lot more expensive to buy fresh organic produce than it is to buy something that's been modified in some kind of way. I mean, I have just around the corner from me, because I don't have a backyard, so just around the corner from me, I planted a patch of chili peppers just in a small roundabout. and what's fantastic about it is that, I go and I haul water over there, but often I'll see people around looking at me and then asking, well, I live just around the corner, so do you want me to water it? And I'll be like, well, yes, of course, that'd be fantastic, thank you. And then I'll say, well, do you want some chili peppers? And they're like, well, we would love chili peppers. So of course, then you get this sense of a community, and people who don't really know each other, who would have normally not really spoken to each other, working together to grow this little patch of edible plants, really. So you're right, it is popping up everywhere, and I think a lot of people who are actually guerrilla gardening don't even realize there's a term for it, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Some people are like, wouldn't it be great to have some tomatoes? Yeah.
And it is funny because the sense of community in meeting your neighbor, meaning it gives you that opening to be able to talk with someone like, oh, you're the one that planted these peppers.
Yeah.
I just thought they came up. I've been watching them come up. They're growing. I think they're great. And then they see you working, and that conversation starts. So that's really neat. Vanessa,
Yeah.
what do you guys have coming up in the future as far as the Subversive Gardener? Do you guys have any events coming up? Do you guys have anything?
Yes.
Please tell us.
Let's talk about that.
Brad, we've got a couple of things happening right now in the pipeworks. So we're working on a documentary series. So through the travels that we've been internationally or locally, and communicating with people. So we're creating a short documentary series that will look at different guerrilla gardeners and how people go about guerrilla gardening. Kind of everywhere and internationally. So that's one thing that we have in the pipe works. Another thing we have is we've been collaborating with a hot sauce store here in Brooklyn called the Hedonist. So we've been planting chili peppers for them. So we're going to be having a large chili pepper dinner where we're going to be inviting different people from the gardening or food community, an evening of discussion, and then proceeds will be going back to the youth farm in Brooklyn. So we've got a couple of projects on right now, and there's a lot more also in the works. We'll just have to stay tuned. Yes.
I love how in the Hedonist, I saw your blog post, and it's funny because she's got pictures of her of the chili peppers on the blog post, and I love how in your face you are with some of this stuff. It's a guy by the name of Noah. I'm going to just kind of put it out there for people to go and take a look at, but he's got this shirt on that says, "If you don't like hot sauce, you're stupid."
Yep. It's basically there. Yep.
Yeah.
Hey,
So
you know what? Since you brought that up,
Go ahead, John.
because I looked at that blog too, and that picture on the shirt bothered me, and I wanted to ask, was it intentionally that he misspelled your, or is he really stupid?
Yeah. Oh, that's right.
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I thought either that's ironic or it's really funny, and I'm not sure.
Oh.
Yeah, no, it's quite the clever guy. So I can imagine that. I'm glad you caught that. Meaning that you're probably not in the one side of yeah.
Okay,
exactly.
so
I would agree.
So
yes.
it was supposed to be ironic.
Yeah, that's
All right.
good. No,
I
that's
got
very
it.
good.
All
Very
right.
good.
Oh yes, absolutely,
Okay.
absolutely.
That was funny then.
Yeah.
But it's funny, or it's fun because through her blog posts, as you mentioned before, Vanessa, you've traveled the world. But talk about a great resource for information. I mean, you're talking about gardens that people have planted all over the world, and they're when they've been successful, what they haven't been successful, what they're planting. Lots of good info. So for anybody out there listening, subversivegardener.net is where you want to be able to go for this information. She's got a shop with some tools and some items to get your Guerrilla Gardener starter pack going, and then all that wonderful information to get you kind of going. Vanessa, thank you very much for joining us this weekend. It was a pleasure chatting with you. How is it right now in New York? Is it warm or is it cold? What's going on?
Well, it's let's just say that I've been wearing a jean jacket for the past 2 days, so fall is definitely
Nice.
here.
Wow.
Fall is
Perfect.
definitely here.
So that's good. That's good weather.
Yes.
But hey, it is actually, it's quite comfortable. So,
Yeah.
So yes, no,
Well,
it's great.
enjoy it then.
And
Yes.
I've actually, thank you, and you know, also if you want to check out our Instagram feed, we've got quite a lot of interesting stuff happening there too. So you can look at SUBV Gardener as well.
Can you repeat that one more time?
It's at SUBV Gardener. So
Got
at
it.
Subversive Gardener.
Perfect.
Beautiful.
All right. Thank you, Vanessa. Have a great rest of the weekend.
All right. Thank you for having me. Having
bet.
a fantastic day.
Good.
All right.
You
Take
too.
care.
Take care. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, it's getting a little chilly in New York. She said a jean jacket. That's a
Yeah,
throwback.
she's.
I gotta find it. I used to have a lot of jean jackets, cut at the waist. That right there at the waist, Levi jean jackets of all different colors. I heard that. I went, wow, old school.
I didn't hear that. I thought she said June jacket.
No,
I was trying to figure out what is
What
a
is it?
June jacket.
a
You don't
June
need a jacket in June.
So there was
So
no
it's a jean jacket.
contraction on the "you are your," huh, John? That you picked up on that.
Yeah, immediately. That's why I wasn't sure.
Showing possession.
Yeah.
From
So-
our grade school days, I think we all learned that.
But
And
it's
I couldn't-
actually funny if he did it on purpose.
Yeah.
Well, then I couldn't tell at the end of it. Also, he didn't end quote. if you look at the picture again, and it could be just the way he was turned.
Oh.
So he didn't do the "you are," and then he didn't end quote. So I think it was kind of ironic.
The whole thing just kind of falls off.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, John,
Talked
do you have
about
any...
this before, but
go ahead.
Do you know the ironic thing about Sarah McLachlan's song, Ironic?
No.
I don't.
There's nothing ironic in the song.
There's nothing ironic in the song. You
Right.
want? Is this something you
Isn't
want to?
it ironic? There's nothing ironic in
There's
there?
nothing ironic in everything she says is ironic is not.
Something we want to keep talking about after the break into the next
No,
segment?
I think that was plenty.
That's good.
All right, we're going to bail out. Okay, questions, comments, now it's all up to you. Facebook Live, john@gardenamerica.com. Also, 855-424-9825. Bryan, Maine, John Bagnasco, Tiger Palafox stepping aside, coming right back.
Having bug problems this season? Need an overall solution? Try Natural Guard Spinosad Soap. This combination of spinosad and fatty acids kills aphids, mealybugs, worms, caterpillars, and other bugs that plague your garden. It's also safe to use around your fruit and veggies to make sure you enjoy your crop and not those pesky critters. Find Natural Guard Spinosad Soap in a ready-to-use bottle or ready to spray for those large garden plots at your favorite independent garden center. Go to fertilome.com for more information. Want a better-looking lawn with less effort? Husqvarna's robotic automower is the effortless way to mow. Husqvarna's intelligent design allows the automower to maneuver around your lawn without supervision, even over tricky terrain and around obstacles. It knows when it needs to be charged and directs itself back to the charging dock. With convenient control options, the Husqvarna allows you to set it and forget it, even from your smartphone. Thanks to Husqvarna, you can have a great-looking lawn and more time to enjoy it this season. Visit Mission Hills Nursery at 1525 Fort Stockton Drive in San Diego, or go to missionhillsnursery.com for more info.
If you're 85 or younger, would you like peace of mind and comfort for your family? We're Final Expense Direct with an urgent message for you. The average funeral today costs over $8,000, but the most you'll get from government benefits is $255. How will your family pay the difference? We can help. Our senior plans start as low as just $1 a day and pay up to $30,000 for a funeral and other final expenses. Peace of mind is easy. There's no medical exam. You'll have lifetime coverage, and your plan can't be canceled as long as you pay your premiums. Call now for free information about our senior plans. Answer a few simple questions and receive approval right on the phone. Plus, call right now and we'll give you a discount prescription card for free. Call 800-569-3414. That's 800-569-3414. Again, 800-569-3414.
As a small business owner, there's one word that you absolutely dread: payroll. For small businesses, it's a big burden. You may think you're saving time and money doing it yourself. But come on, are you? Timesheets, processing checks, calculating taxes, a total waste of your time. Paychex simplifies payroll processing, saving you time and money. Submit your payroll online, fax it in, or call your dedicated Paychex payroll specialist. And you're done. Learn more at trypaychex.com. Come on, do the math. The IRS dishes out 8 million penalties a year. Make one mistake and you're on the hook. On average, you're losing nearly one business day every month doing payroll. That's time and money you'll never get back, unless you get Paychex. More than 500,000 small businesses already do. Call 877-649-5324. Trade payroll pressure for peace of mind. Call now. 877-649-5324. That's 877-649-5324.
Do you have an old car sitting in your driveway? How would you like to learn a hassle-free way to get rid of it, help kids in need, and get a great tax donation in the process? It's real easy. One simple free call to our car donation hotline is all it takes. Call the Neshama Foundation at 800-721-6723, 800-721-6723. We'll come pick your car up for free and give you a tax donation for the full value of the car, running or not. The value of your unwanted car will go to help kids in need. It's fast and easy. Just call us and your car will be gone and on its way to helping children in 48 hours. And you get a nice tax deduction. Call the Neshama Foundation now to get rid of your car, help kids, and get a tax write-off. Call 800-721-6723, 800-721 800-721-6723. 800-721-6723. That's 800-721-6723.
Does your water stain and damage your fixtures? Does it smell or taste bad? Are you worried about what's in your water? Water quality should not be painful and worrisome. Get HydroCare water systems from Wave Home Solutions with the most advanced purification technologies. Call Wave Home Solutions today at 1-888-989-WAVE or go to greathealthywater.com. HydroCare will eliminate limescale that causes hundreds of dollars in damage to pipes and appliances without using salt. Well water will no longer smell or stain your fixtures. City water will be purified of harmful chlorine, lead, arsenic, and chemicals. Wave Home Solutions provides the cleanest, healthiest water at every faucet. Satisfaction guaranteed. For more information, call 1-888-989-WAVE, 1-888-989-WAVE, or go to greathealthywater.com. That's greathealthywater.com.
For a healthy, comfortable home.
This is Biz Talk Radio, America's home for business talk. Online at biztalkradio.com.
Welcome back to the Garden America Radio Show with Bryan, John, and Tiger. The phone lines are open right now at 855-424-9825, 424-9825, or John at gardenamerica.com.
It is our final segment, hour number 1 here on Garden America, Saturday morning. Hope you're having a good day. 855-424-9825, John at gardenamerica.com. Facebook Live with any questions or comments. And we do remind you once again to pictures that you have that could end up on Facebook, our newsletter. You just never know. We encourage that. Something we haven't talked about today, John or Tiger, so far is what's happening next year, July 2019.
Oh, that's right.
Let's touch upon that for those people who have not heard yet.
We're going.
What are we doing?
We're going to British Columbia and taking an Alaskan cruise.
Who authorized
How about
this?
that?
Who authorized this?
This was your idea.
It was my idea. Little excursion to Alaska.
Right, we're going to start off in British Columbia.
Okay.
In Vancouver, and then we're going to
go to Victoria.
We're going to visit gardens in Vancouver. A lot of botanical gardens. It'll be really fun. Then we're going to take the ferry over to Victoria, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which I think is the capital of British Columbia.
Now, see, you know what? I can tell you all the hockey teams up there in Canada, but I'm not going to jump out on a limb there.
I think it is. I could be wrong.
They used to have a minor hockey league team, the Victoria Maple Leafs.
Really?
Just a little trivia for you from the Western Hockey League.
I thought it was Toronto Maple Leafs.
That's, same thing. I think this might have been their farm club.
Same thing.
Well, it was their farm club.
Oh, so they were smaller leaves.
Yes,
would
exactly.
Be like Japanese maple leaves.
Okay, if you want to go that direction, yes.
All right, so
this trip,
then we're going to go over to Victoria. We'll go visit Butchart Gardens, which
it's a very famous garden.
Which to me is like the blue amaryllis that we have in studio today. Because
heard a lot about it, but haven't seen it.
Yeah, here I am, a senior, and had never seen this, and I finally saw blue amaryllis. Now I'm going to finally get to see Butchart Gardens, and then we take the cruise.
The Alaska cruise.
And we'll be stopping at the little ports.
You ever been through fjords before? You're going to be going through fjords.
Nope.
Just want you to know that.
I watched Frozen.
You know what I'm talking about.
Fjord.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lots of fjords up there. It's beautiful.
I'm worried about them freezing over while we're in there.
No, we'll be fine that time of the year.
Okay.
If you get scared, just hold on to me.
All right. Sure.
It's okay.
You got Olaf.
Okay, John. Anyway, so we're going to be very...
More information if you go to gardenamerica.com. Right there on the front page, homepage, is the
itinerary.
Are the links to the itinerary?
Okay.
So if you follow those, you'll be able.
And
to
this
see
is all
what we're
through
doing
Matthew Brumley and Earthbound
Expeditions. And if you're on Facebook Live, you can just click the link that I loaded up in the comments section.
Look at that. The link is right there. You can check it out. Also, John puts the link. In fact, guys, after the next week or so, we've got to do some new podcasts. We're getting behind. But I want to mention that the link to those podcasts are in the newsletter every week.
Well, let's do a podcast next Saturday.
When we're not here?
Perfect.
Oh, that's right.
Perfect
You're going
timing.
to Kauai.
Yes, Dana and I are going to Kauai. So we won't be here.
This is a bad month for me.
Because, you're going to be busy next weekend.
We've got the Rose Show coming up. Next week is the International Judging at Rose Hills.
Are you a judge?
I'm on the permanent panel of judges, yes.
What? Permanent panel of judges?
I get an idea for a cartoon.
Whoa.
You've got rose, and never mind. The whole judging thing, it just sounds very like, don't judge me. Go ahead. I'm working on it. I haven't finished the joke yet.
I can see where it's going.
Okay.
Yeah. There's merit
potential.
there.
Potential.
Yeah. So anyway, I have that judging next week, and then I'm get everything ready because October, is it 28th or 29th?
Right behind me, that calendar, the last Sunday of the month.
That's right. We're going to have the auction, the 18th annual Save the Roses auction, in conjunction with the National Convention of the American Rose Society.
So instead of maybe 30, 35 people in the room, there could be a couple of hundred.
Oh, there definitely will be a couple hundred.
For the auction.
Right. Are you going to help us, Tiger?
Oh, yeah. Of course. Yeah, you love doing this.
Yeah, yeah.
And this is going to be big.
Yeah. Oh,
it's going to be big, man.
Our good friend Joel is concerned that you won't be able to spot all the bidders.
Well, that's why we're going to have the people that float around the different areas. You said they're going to have floor people.
Right, but they're not going to have microphones.
That's okay. I'll watch. I'll watch. As long as if I could be. Auctions.
Yeah, I was gonna say I've been watching my auto auction TV.
See,
and so
it's getting ready for it.
Getting good.
So if I don't know, this is at the this is in Mission Valley this time around.
Right, it's at the Crown Plaza Hotel.
The Crown Plaza. So I assume it's going to be in a banquet room.
And if you can go online again, the links are all on GardenAmerica.com. If you want to register for the convention, the National Convention of the American Rose Society, and of course there's costs to all the different things that they're doing. But well worth it. But if you only want to come to the auction on Sunday, there's no charge at all for that.
Right. And if you don't live in San Diego, you can do the silent auction.
Mm-hmm. It's
well,
online.
no, you can bid online.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah,
right.
Online.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can even bid online for the live auction. All the
Really?
Oh, yeah.
I'm trying to recall. Yeah, I don't recall hearing any silent auction bids during the live auction.
Well, you can't hear them if they're silent.
That's why. Okay.
Don't you remember?
Thank you for clearing that up.
Don't you remember Dana being a proxy, your wife being a proxy and bidding for some people?
Yes,
those were online bidders.
Letting us know.
Yeah.
But anyway, so yeah, Tiger, thank you for the help ahead of time.
And there will be a lot of roses there that have never been offered before. Right. There's one rose there that, to my knowledge, there's only 3 of in the world. How about that?
Wow.
I'm not sure I believe you.
It's true.
But I know it's true because the look in his eyes when he told me.
Yeah.
He was just like a proud papa. We've got lots of things happening and 3 roses that are only here.
Ping Lim is introducing a series of roses coming out next year, which is a whole new class. They're called, there's shrubs and there's hybrid teas, but he's introducing hybrid tea shrubs.
Ooh.
So you know what? He's mad.
So there'll be shrub roses like
with the hybrid tea bloom,
like Knockout or things like that. But the bloom form is a hybrid tea.
Is it a similar size bloom or just style? Do you know?
They're a little bit smaller than regular hybrid teas, but the same form.
And then smaller foliage because shrub rose as well, right?
Yeah, the foliage looks more like hybrid tea.
Oh, does it?
To me, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're really nice.
That's cool.
And the nice thing about them is that they're all disease resistant. Like
very hard.
This is going to be
anybody who
look for some roses. One of is blood thinner. She has to work with the roses, so we're pulling out some of her old roses because they're very thorny, and I'm looking for sure.
Relatively.
Is over. We'll go to hour number 2 at 6 minutes. Listen on Biz Talk Radio. However, you're going to hear news from many of our affiliates. Covering Los Angeles and Southern California. Stay with us.
Go. The Biz Talk Radio available in iOS and BlackBerry. Biz Talk Radio. The opinions here are those of the hosts, callers, and guests, and do not necessarily reflect those of this station. Information on Biz Talk Radio does not constitute a recommendation, offer, or solicitation to buy or sell any product or or Biz Talk. For USA Radio News, I'm Rick Vincent. The Senate to vote later today on the confirmation of Brett Kavanaugh to the Supreme Court. Maine Senator Susan Collins ended the fight in the Judiciary Committee by saying she didn't believe his accuser, but her harsh words were reserved for members of the Senate.
We have come to the conclusion of a confirmation process that has become so dysfunctional, it looks more like a caricature of a gutter-level political campaign than a solemn occasion.
Collins believes every person, man or woman, who makes a charge of sexual assault deserves to be heard and treated with respect, but she said sexual abuse claims by Christine Blasey Ford fail to meet the more likely than not standard. Announcements by Collins and Democrat Joe Manchin of West Virginia that they'll support the conservative jurist make today's confirmation vote a formality. You're listening to USA Radio News.
This is a national health alert from the Healthcare Hotline. Are you on Medicare and or have private insurance and suffer from back pain? MD Topical has a solution for you. Today, you can qualify to receive a pain-relieving treatment, such as a comfortable back brace or a customized pain treatment at little or no cost. Call MD Topical toll-free now, 877-875-5909. It just takes a couple of minutes to qualify for these amazing treatments that have helped thousands of people with severe pain. Your personalized pain treatment will be delivered directly to your door. Call MD Topical toll-free, 877-875-5909, or go to mdtopical.com and get started on your road to a pain-free life. Call MD Topical toll-free, 877-875-5909, or go to mdtopical.com.
Secretary of State Mike Pompeo said Saturday he will raise the issue of abductions as well as nuclear and missile concerns on behalf of Japan when he meets with North Korean leader Kim Jong-un in Pyongyang Sunday. Pompeo has met with Japan's prime minister to make sure they're on the same page.
We will bring up the issue of the abductees as well, and then we'll share with you how we hope to proceed when we're in Pyongyang, so we'll have a fully coordinated, unified view of how to proceed, which will be what is needed if we're going to be successful in denuclearizing North Korea.
The U.S. is pulling back its timeline requirement for the North to denuclearize. Earlier, President Trump had demanded North Korea denuclearize by the end of his term in office. The Reverend Marvin Hunter, great-uncle of 17-year-old Laquan McDonald, celebrates the conviction of Chicago police officer Jason Van Dyke.
I'm thanking God for our family, and this is not just a victory for the Hunter family. It is a victory for families all across this country.
Van Dyke, convicted of second-degree murder, he'll be sentenced October 31st. This is USA Radio News.
Everyone loves liberty, so why are you letting other people tell you what's best for your health care? Exercise your freedom with Liberty Health Share. Liberty Health Share is a community of people who voluntarily share one another's medical costs. Members are able to take back the freedom to make their own decisions about their health care. Stop letting others tell you what to do. Call us at 855-58-LIBERTY for more information, or check us out online at libertyhealthshare.org. That's libertyhealthshare.org.
Australia will provide an additional $4.5 million in aid to Indonesia in the wake of the fatal earthquake and tsunami. Anthony Balmain from the Australian Red Cross.
We've got shelter kits and hygiene kits. That's, of course, some of the most urgent priority is making sure people have some shelter, a roof over their heads, and hygiene is a real issue with concerns about waterborne disease and diarrhea.
Over 1,500 people are confirmed dead. A hunter in Alaska was treated for life-threatening injuries after a bear that he shot fell on top of him. USA's Wendy King has more.
The Alaska Department of Public Safety said that William McCormick, 28, shot the bear while it was on a ridge near Carter Lake. The bear then fell down the slope, dislodging several rocks, and all of it landed on top of McCormick. A medical helicopter flew out to the scene and transported him to a hospital in Anchorage. According to the Department of Public Safety, the bear was a 200-pound black bear, and McCormick's hunting partner, Zachary Tennyson, was not injured in the incident. McCormick and Tennyson are U.S. Army soldiers stationed near Anchorage. For USA Radio News, I'm Wendy King.
One condemned inmate killed another Friday, the first slaying of a death row inmate in California in more than 20 years. Corrections officials say the stabbing took place in a recreational yard at San Quentin State Prison. 30-year-old Jonathan Fajardo was stabbed in the chest and neck with an inmate-made weapon. For USA Radio News, I'm Rick Vincent.
It may have been a messy divorce that suddenly cut your income in half, but not your bills. It might have been an injury or illness, or your boss just cutting back your hours. It doesn't really matter how you got in over your head. It only matters that you are and that we're here to help. If you've got over $10,000 in credit card debt and you can't ever see breaking free, then call Action Debt and do it now. Being in over your head is a vicious cycle. One day late, they charge you a late fee. Miss a payment, they double your rate. You just don't think it's fair, and neither do we. This is not bankruptcy or just a simple rate reduction plan. We fight for you using our proven experience in the insider programs that credit card companies try to hide. If you owe at least $10,000 to the credit card companies, you owe it to yourself to call Action Debt at 800-384-7099. Got in over your head doesn't mean you have to stay there forever. Call 800-384-7099 today and we can be on your side tomorrow. 800-384-7099. 800-384-7099.
Welcome to the Garden America Show, the country's most listened to gardening program. This is your chance to join us as we talk about gardening, horticulture, landscaping, in fact, anything that has to do with the world of gardening. The phone lines are open right now at 1-855-424-9825. That's 1-855-424-9825 for your questions and comments. Or John at gardenamerica.com. And if you're watching us on Facebook Live, you can also post your questions and comments right there on our page during the broadcast. Now, here's Bryan Main, John Bagnasco, and Tiger Palafox on the Garden America Radio and Media Network.
We made it. How about that? Hour number 2. It is 6 minutes after. Thank you very much for tuning in, watching us on Facebook Live. We see you out there as well. I'm Bryan Main along with Tiger Palafox, John Bagnasco. Welcome to hour number 2. Phone lines are open, toll-free, 855-424-9825. Questions, comments, also John at gardenamerica.com. And still the best way to do it, because we monitor the entire time is Facebook Live, and we'll get to your questions, comments. Anything on John at gardenamerica.com yet, John?
Yeah, our buddy Steve.
Steve in Simi Valley.
Says he just heard about my blue amaryllis and wants me to shoot a picture to him.
I think I can do that.
Can you?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, Steve, really, if you go to our Facebook page,
it's on there, Steve. Yes.
Yeah, and you can scroll down and you can see a picture. And also, there was a picture in the newsletter this week.
Yeah.
And if you don't see it in any of those places,
just Google blue amaryllis. No.
Or if you watch us on, I don't know, does Steve watch us on Facebook Live? I'm not sure.
You know what?
I don't think so.
I'm just thinking I sent Sharon some pictures, and I can forward that email to Steve.
Okay. It is beautiful, Steve, and it doesn't surprise me that you would show an interest. It is
now,
very
that's
nice.
Something our previous guest, we were talking about, the subversive gardener, and she had these little seed pills that she threw around.
You just kind of drop them anywhere.
You would never fill those with blue amaryllis seeds. I don't think.
That'd be like dropping thousands of dollars.
I mean, that's a very interesting idea to put, just like you do a pill, like a time release.
Yeah, like a little capsule.
And you put it in there and just kind of, and then the plastic melts or degrades or whatever you call it, and then there's your
Well, there
seed.
was a product that she referred to when we were talking to her called Seed Balls, and it's BALLZ.
Right.
And I think the company's still in business.
Yeah, we saw them up at the expo also.
Seed balls.
Yeah.
Yeah, and what they would do is take clay, like she talked about, and embed seeds in the clay. And you would just toss those out wherever you wanted. And during the winter rains, the clay would come apart and the seeds would fall into the soil and enjoy.
They usually mix a little bit of compost with fertilizer in the clay too, so that way it kind of
ready to go.
Starts.
Yeah.
But so John's been talking a lot about his blue amaryllis today, and it's a proud feat. It took him 12 years.
12 years for that puppy.
And it's a beautiful plant. But I want to talk about my tomato that I brought in.
And you should be very proud of that red tomato.
I am. Let me see if I can get a shot here.
And I want to apologize to you, Tiger, because had I known you wanted to bring in your tomato,
yeah, so
I never would have brought in the blue amaryllis
because you outshined my tomato, one tomato that I was able to grow so far. I will say I have some other ones growing on the
plants. But
you've
been growing under adverse conditions.
Exactly.
Now that looks ready to eat right now.
Yeah, I almost don't want to eat it because it's
Take a picture.
Exactly.
Take a
so
picture.
scared. But I'm excited. It's a very ripe tomato, and I believe it's the Paul
Robeson. It looks like
one.
Paul Robeson.
And so I'm excited about that.
Now, Paul Robeson's one of the chocolate tomatoes.
Yeah.
And a lot of people really like the chocolate
Yeah,
tomatoes,
absolutely.
so-called chocolate tomatoes, because they have kind of a smoky flavor to them.
Make a good sandwich tomato because of that smoky flavor.
Yep. Yeah, and then I still have that volunteer tomato going strong. Found a couple worms on it last week.
Eat that. Make sure you eat that today.
I will.
Because that's ripe.
Yeah.
It's ready to go.
Yeah, it is ripe.
Make a sandwich.
Mm.
Make a nice lettuce, iceberg lettuce, tomato.
Perfect.
Throw something, maybe
Salami.
bacon, salami, BLT.
Yeah.
Make it a blit.
Blit.
Make a blit. John must have something coming across his email account here.
No, I'm forwarding the
the
note
picture
that I sent to Sharon over to Steve, so that he's got everything there.
So again, if you want to ask any questions or mention anything, questions, comments, Facebook Live, or John at GardenAmerica.com. Late last hour, we talked about the trip we're taking a year from now, basically in July 2019, to Vancouver, British Columbia, Victoria, and then an Alaska cruise. So that's going to be big. It's on our page. Go to GardenAmerica.com. Click a link for the to take you to the actual itinerary, Matthew Brumley and Earthbound Expeditions. And that's all I got right now.
All right, so let's get to some solutions for people. Hold on one second, I'm pulling it up.
Pull it up. We're all busy here.
Yeah, exactly. So, as we're getting into the fall, we were talking about the guerrilla gardening, and now is the time of year for people to plant. For Southern California, West Coast, time of year to start planting is now, because as we get into the fall, that's when plants respond real well to the cool weather, and you might get some rain, and it just gives it that sense of ability to establish itself before next summer.
And you're talking about warmer climate states.
Yeah, yeah. And, I think that areas on the East Coast are probably starting to hunker down now.
Right.
Bring plants inside, create their orangeries like we saw in London, their indoor area where they bring in plants to the indoor environment because they can't stand to be outside. And one of the things I think that everybody needs, no matter what you're doing, to do right now is prepare to fertilize, because right now for the West Coast and Midwest, if you fertilize now, when it does rain, the fertilizers will be there. You use a slow release fertilizer like Milorganite, and it'll be there when the plant needs it. On the East Coast, when people are bringing their plants inside, they need to make sure that, because I've seen a lot of this happening with people having their houseplants, is they overwater them, and then the plant drops its foliage. It looks weak when it's getting overwatered,
right? And
then they water it more because they think it needs more water.
Just the opposite. Let it dry out.
And a solution to that is the HB 101, a little bit of liquid fertilizer mix. I've seen when you overwater a plant and then you do that mix in solution and then you don't water it so it dries out.
It brings it back.
It brings it back really well. And a client had a fiddly fig that was dropping foliage.
A fiddly fig?
A fiddly fig.
Oh, a fiddly fig, you say.
and no, he was not a leprechaun. But
all right, move along.
There's a leprechaun in my yard.
But the saucer was full of water at the base of the plant.
Leprechaun.
And,
at least I'm listening.
And it was getting overwatered, and so we dried it out, put the HB 101 on it.
Well, the water at the bottom should have been a clue right there.
Exactly. But now it's pushing out a lot of new growth. So
great.
Really
so the HB 101 and a little fertilizer, you said?
Yep. Yeah. And John always recommends the liquid fertilizers with those because they respond quicker. It's a quicker acting thing. I mean, you could use other fertilizers, but you don't get the response.
I would think that in all the years we've done this show, that we've had more people call with problems of watering too much than not watering enough.
Right.
Everyone thinks that plants need water every day. Well, some do, some don't. You've got weather conditions. You've got the type of plant you're talking about, the species, this and that. Just know what you're growing to know when and how much to water.
Yeah, and then changes.
Common sense, too. A little bit.
As soon as it cools off into 70s and you're watering like it was in the 90s,
right,
you need to make sure to back
off. Yeah.
We had a listener that sent me a question Well, and some pictures during the week. Let me
A little
take
glass
drink
of water there.
here.
Give you a chance to clear that throat of yours.
That feels better.
There you go.
They sent me.
Good job.
Sent me this picture. They had overwatered an evergreen. Not going to say who it was.
We protect all identity here. You're safe.
We do, right.
What you mess up in your garden stays in your garden and right here.
And they realized that where this pot was setting, it wasn't draining. So it was a conifer in a big 20-inch pot almost, and it was just sitting in water. So when they realized that the bottom branches had already turned brown, and they...
So much for evergreen.
And so they corrected it, but their thought for a solution was, I just won't water this for the next 2 months. Will that be okay?
Well, how did 2 months come into play? It's kind of random.
Well, there's a reason for it.
Okay.
Someone was going to actually get the plant in a couple weeks.
We want to protect
a couple months.
We're protecting identities here.
But I mean, that would have killed the plant for sure.
Exactly.
Right.
Once the drainage is okay, you don't go the opposite extreme and stop watering, but you need to bring the plant back just to normal sense of normalcy.
Little bit at a time.
So maybe like once a week would probably be, this time of year when it's cool, might be good for that particular plant.
It is break time. What is on your mind? Questions, comments, Facebook Live. Also, John at GardenAmerica.com, 855-424-9825. That is our phone number. As we continue, happy weekend to you. Happy Saturday. Thank you for tuning in Facebook Live and streaming BizTalk Radio. Tiger Palafox, I'm Bryan Main. He's John Bagnasco. We're going to take a break and come right back. Thank you for tuning in to the Garden America radio program.
Hi, this is gardening expert Melinda Myers. Keeping the environment in mind, I recommend Milorganite slow-release nitrogen fertilizer for all your growing needs. From plants to people, active growth requires energy, nutrients, and a balanced diet. Nutrient-rich Milorganite feeds the soil and plants for up to 10 weeks. The non-burning, non-leaching formula provides a slow and consistent flow of nutrients. Trust the fertilizer, proven effective for over 90 years. Milorganite for better results. Visit Milorganite.com for a garden center near you.
Everything is coming up roses in San Diego from October 25th to 29th. Lance Walheim here, and I'm honored to be the keynote speaker at the National Convention of the American Rose Society. BioAdvance and Heirloom Roses will be co-sponsoring the 18th annual Save the Roses auction, along with the rose shows, speakers, and festivities of the American Rose Society. So join me at the San Diego Crown Plaza Hotel and Convention Center, and go to GardenAmerica.com and check the homepage for links to registration and event schedule.
Have you written a book and want to get it published? Then call Page Publishing at 800-557-6095 immediately. That's 800-557-6095. Page Publishing is looking for authors of all types of books. And unlike most publishers, Page Publishing will take the time to review each and every book submitted to them and give you their feedback. If they like what they read, they'll get your book into bookstores and for sale online at Amazon, the Apple iTunes Store, Barnes & Noble, and other outlets. They handle everything: editing, cover design, copyright protection, printing, publicity, and distribution. So if you've written a novel, children's book, cookbook, inspirational work, poetry, or a biography and want to get it published, then you need to call Page Publishing and do it immediately. Call 800-557-6095 now for your free author submission kit. Again, for your free author submission kit, call 800-557-6095. That's 800-557-6095. Your road to fame and fortune could very well start with this simple phone call. Call Page Publishing at 800-557-6095 for your free author submission kit.
Do you have an idea for an invention or new product? Do you think companies would be interested in your idea? Do you want to try to get a patent? Then call InventHelp now. InventHelp keeps your idea confidential and explains every step of the invention process. We create professional materials representing your idea and submit it to companies who are looking for new ideas. We have more than 9,000 companies who have agreed to review ideas in confidence. If a company shows interest in manufacturing your invention, we can negotiate on your behalf. We have helped over 10,000 clients receive receive patents. We also offer services including 3D modeling and animation demonstrating your idea, prototyping services, and we use state-of-the-art technology to show InventHelp client ideas to additional companies. Join the thousands of people just like you who chose InventHelp to pursue their idea. We are experienced. We are working for you. We are InventHelp.
Call us for free information at 1-800-607-8945. That's 1-800-607-8945. Again, 1-800-607-8945.
Attention business owners and independent contractors. This is a money-saving message from Tax Mediation Services. If your business owes $20,000 or more in taxes, we can help you today, right now. Listen, dealing with the IRS is no picnic. It's an intimidating and extremely stressful process, and you don't want to go it alone. Our attorneys know every law, every tax break, and every possible opportunity to help you resolve and reduce your tax debt. And if you owe more than $20,000, you may be at the top of their hit list. So don't take your tax debt lightly, because it will not go away on its own. The IRS can seize your bank accounts, your home, and even shut down your business. Call our tax experts today at 1-800-285-4765 and let us deal with the IRS while you focus on your business. That's 1-800-285-4765. Again, 800-285-4765.
This is Biz Talk Radio, America's home for business talk. Online at biztalkradio.com.
Welcome back to the Garden America Radio Show with Bryan, John, and Tiger. The phone lines are open right now at 855-424-9825. That's 855-424-9825. Or John at gardenamerica.com.
Thank you for being there during the break. We are back. It is live, Garden America Live here on this Saturday morning, Saturday afternoon, depending upon where you are. To our East Coast friends, good afternoon to you.